Hey, what's up everybody? So I'm finally getting back to making videos, especially after, some of the other drama that's been going on, which is moving my business and moving my shop and moving equipment. So one of the ones I've gotten quite a few messages about is my AOD Lincoln behind me. Doing an update video on it. Is it complete? Have I been driving it? All those things. And yes, the car is complete. Yes, I have been driving it. I've really enjoyed having the overdrive transmission. And I'll talk about a few things regarding this conversion if anybody wants to take it on. So let's walk over to the car. I'll talk about a couple of details. The way you can tell that this is a different transmission, you can see right here, there's a custom bracket to a low car dipstick for the transmission that mounts to the valve cover. That's probably the first indication that you can see that this is a alternative transmission behind this motor. But let's go inside. Pop the door open here. Let's talk about one of the other things about this car that I absolutely despise with converted items is I wanted the shifter indicator to align correctly. To get that done, basically the bell cranks in the car had to be rebuilt. And the one on the transmission also had to be redesigned. So when you put this in reverse, it lines up with reverse. Same with neutral, drive, and so forth. I wanted those to be right. And it took a little bit of work to get all the ratios to line up correctly. So when you just grab this thing and go, it goes. So that's one nice thing. I would say the other item with this conversion is the adapter plate. It does have to be machined to clear multiple items, and the starter has to be reclocked to clear the steering. The other item is the exhaust. I obviously built the whole exhaust system in my shop. It's full 2.5-inch TIG welded stainless steel front to back. And the driver's side section is pretty difficult to build to get around all the steering components with that adapter plate in place. It is a very large adapter. So we're going to take this thing for a cruise, so stay with me. So one thing about this transmission that people ask me about is like, how's it do with the factory gears that are in this car? And it does really well because this transmission is the truck version of the AOD. So it has basically a 2.8 first gear instead of the 2.4 first gear. So it makes it come off the line a lot better than the factory transmission. The factory transmission had that basically I want to say it's 2.43 or 2.41 first gear. So you couple that with a 289. You couple that with a 289 rear gear. It didn't make for a really pleasurable takeoff. This one, we're in second gear right there, and then get up to right there, there's third, and it'll shift into overdrive right around the 40 or 50 mark. It makes cruising that much more enjoyable here with a 430. The only thing I would say the downside is the cost of this conversion. It is pretty expensive. That's probably the biggest downside to this conversion is the expense, because you got to build a pretty heavy duty AOD to go behind this power plant because of the torque value this thing can put out. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about putting an AOD behind basically a 400-inch motor. It does take some money, but as far as the transmission conversion, how I like it and everything like that, I really like this transmission. It's great for like cruising around in the car. It's definitely, with this one having the shift kit that it has, it shifts definitely a step firmer than the factory unit. The factory unit that originally goes in here would just kind of glide gear to gear. This one definitely has a very distinct shift point. Once it goes into gear, it goes into gear firm. So I myself, I like that. Some people do not like that in a car like this. They want the thing to be very very smooth. This one definitely has a distinct very distinct once it goes into gear, goes in very firm. And if you are on it and you flat foot this car and it shifts into second gear, it will chirp the tires. So but if you just let it cruise, if you're just cruising around, let it shift, it's nice and firm, but it's not like overly firm. But if you flat foot it, yes, it will absolutely trip the tires when it goes in the second gear. So if you got any questions, please feel free to reach out, shoot me an email, find me on Instagram at HancoFab. Like, tag, share, follow, all that good stuff, and have a good one. Take it easy.